don't go in and spill your beans in the lobby. I mean, you have to open a conversation that position you as a strategic thinker, someone who can talk with them about strategic business issues. And so at the very least, by the kind of questions you pose, you can open that conversation.
So hi everyone, welcome again to another episode of the Coach's Corner. With me today I have Barbara Weaver-Smith, author of Whale Hunting and an expert in closing big deals. Hi Barbara.
Hi George, thanks so much for having me today.
Such a pleasure. And what we will talk about today is how to develop your sales team's business acumen. What do you mean by that? Can we start by you explaining your definition of business acumen?
Sure, it just means business sense. They need to understand how businesses make money so that they can have good conversations with their prospects and customers about the real business issues, not just about their products and their services and how things work on their side.
So how often do you come across that this is lacking in sales teams and salespeople today?
All the time. When I was researching my most recent book, I heard from sellers, from buyers all the time, especially from big company buyers. They are tired of what they call sellers who are shallow, who come in and want to talk about their stuff and how it works. And in order to do that, you have to know about their business, how it works. You need to know their strategy and what they're trying to achieve. You have to know your product, but you have to know more about business in general in order to be that trusted advisor.
And how do salespeople get that kind of knowledge, do you think, today? And what would be your advice on how to get on top of that?
Yeah, I think it has to do a lot with sales management and how you provide training. For one thing, you need to bring in your own company CEO and heads of your business units and have them talk about how they're thinking about business strategy and how it works, and have that person talk about what their colleagues are thinking about as far as business growth and development, what they need, what they want to hear from salespeople. Have them talk about how your business makes money and what can cause you to lose money. Help them understand how they can find a company's strategic plan and have conversations with key executives about how the strategic plan is influencing their day-to-day decisions, how it affects what they're doing. Bring in podcasts or books or articles or speakers who are talking about industry trends in your own market, technology trends, even in other markets that are kind of influencing what executives are thinking about. Who are the people that your team is talking to? What are they trying to accomplish from a business sense, so that they can talk really about not your product, but the business issues that your product can solve. Right. That's what they really want from sellers, that they will invite in again and again because you're good to talk to. You have something to help them think about strategically, not just narrowly the product and service.
Would you say that there's a certain time or stage in the sales process where business acumen is more important?
Well, certainly when you're opening a conversation.
Yeah.
You don't go in and spill your beans in the lobby. I mean, you have to open a conversation with, at the very least, the right kind of questions that position you as a strategic thinker, someone who can talk with them about strategic business issues. And so at the very least, by the kind of questions you pose, you can open that conversation. Business people they spend almost all their time inside their own silo or their own business or their own industry. So if you have anything to bring them, any insights from how things are going on in other industries that might bring them some insights, that's what they're hungry for. Yeah. Something that you've helped some other company do in another industry, or something that you've learned that could be applicable to them that they haven't heard yet. That's what they're hungry for.
That makes sense. What's your take on hire less experienced salespeople and call them SDRs to get to that first meeting with a client? What's your thoughts about that tactic?
Well, my business is all about big sales, big deals with big customers. So that doesn't work for my customers.
Right.
It's not a good strategy. We work primarily on the idea of having a warm introduction. So SDRs are wonderful for other kinds of sales, but they're not the best strategy for big deal sales. You can really undermine your go-to-market strategy, I think, unless you have very, very highly skilled, highly trained SDRs.
Super. This has been very insightful and interesting. Where can people go to find out more about your work and your thoughts and your advice?
They can find me at thewhalehunters.com.
Cool. The Whale Hunters. I just love that.
The Whale Hunters, right? And then you can link to my membrane calendar and get a conversation going with me.
Beautiful. Okay. Thanks a lot for taking the time today.
Thank you, George. It's my pleasure.
See you soon.
Bye.